Welcome to my Capstone presentation. My name is Christy Jacobs, and I am a candidate in the Educational Specialist Program for Instructional Technology at Kennesaw State University. I am currently the Media Specialist at Fitzgerald High School, located in a small rural town in South Georgia. Throughout my past 5 years in this role, I have worn many hats while fulfilling my duties and responsibilities to the students, faculty, and staff. As a media specialist, I have a responsibility to my collection, but I also have a responsibility of supporting technology for students and teachers. This responsibility has grown throughout my time as a student at Kennesaw State University. KSU has taught me how to reach out to my peers, research 21st century technology tools that are beneficial to my high school setting, curriculum, and standards, and most importantly, be more influential as a leader and facilitator through technology integration in the classroom. Therefore, it was my goal to continue this growing vision and direction as a technology leader and produce a capstone that bridges the gap with technology use and instruction in the classroom. My capstone presentation is titled Bridging the Gap: One-to-One Devices for Fitzgerald High School Students. Fitzgerald High School, a traditional public school and home of the Purple Hurricanes, includes students in grades 9 through 12. The school has approximately 838 students enrolled and is part of the Ben Hill County School District. The entire district is Title I, as at least 75% of our student population qualifies for free lunch. Due to the poor socioeconomic status of our county and student population, the students are not capable of purchasing devices that benefit their education endeavors at Fitzgerald High School and beyond. By providing students with one-to-one devices, teachers can build lesson plans around the technology they know will be available for all students. The rationale behind the project proposal for my capstone, Bridging the Gap: One-to-One Devices for Fitzgerald High School Students, is synchronous with the following quote: "Technology is ambiguous in today's world. It allows people to become more efficient workers, more independent consumers, and more connected in terms of networking with others." The problem or need that prompted this capstone proposal was due to recent technology purchases the school has been able to make due to its Title I status to support targeted assistant students. Targeted assisted students were those who showed on previous standardized testing to be below grade level and were then grouped together for support classes. The number of students in these classes prompted the school to purchase 5 carts of 30 touchscreen computers with a program to help support students to being successful in their grade level mathematics and ELA courses. Research shows us that the 21st century expectation of infusing our classrooms with software and multimedia is becoming a realization at an increasing rate. Classrooms are undergoing redesign and re-engineering to accommodate the arrival of digital learning devices. This growth offers a shift in instructional methodology that allows greater access for students with and without identified learning disabilities to decrease barriers and increase engagement. However, while infusing our classrooms with software and multimedia is important for student success within and outside of the classroom, it is as equally important that an effective integration process, resources, and the role of technology is defined to support teachers to be successful with integration. Research also shows us that understanding the facets and logistics surrounding using technology in the classroom is equally, if not more critical than helping students to strengthen a certain set of skills needed to be successful in the 21st century. As seen from the research, it is of vital importance to teach technology integration to educators as well as having devices in the hands of all students and not simply those with identified disabilities. Therefore, by providing devices and professional learning, it is the goal of my capstone to bridge the gap and become closer to providing one-to-one devices for all students and professional learning for teachers to allow for successful integration. With the digital revolution changing the quantity and quality of available information, educators are charged with the responsibility of equipping students with the necessary skills to discern between facts and fiction at a young age. To accomplish these feats, technological tools and instructional strategies offer teachers the ability to transform their teaching, providing students with a plethora of benefits. Through professional learning to assist in teaching how to integrate technology effectively, the professional learning will be integrated to deter our classrooms and instructional strategies from 6 defined categories which are reported to limit and hinder technology integration: resources, knowledge and skills, institution, attitudes and belief, assessment, and subject culture. These defined categories and explanations ran parallel with the lack of success Fitzgerald High School had endured with previous device implementation initiatives. While professional learning to teach technology integration is important and part of my capstone project, it is also an equally important part to understand that technology integration does not look the same in each classroom. Various styles of integration resemble bring your own device, blended learning, flipped learning and flipped classrooms, and online learning. To begin the capstone work of bridging the gap and providing devices for additional students at Fitzgerald High School, I first had to determine how many devices would be needed. A survey was created and administered to the entire student body at FHS. After analyzing the results, it was determined that the Sprint 1 Million Project Grant would be the best opportunity to reach the overall goal of the capstone and place devices in the hands of all students. After meeting with designated administration, technology directors, and our district Title I director, I determined that we were eligible for the Sprint grant, as we met all expectations. Upon our first meeting, it was then determined that we did not fall within the Sprint network. We, in Fitzgerald, Georgia, would be roaming. Therefore, we were no longer eligible to apply for the grant. While the initial capstone proposal was at a standstill, technology tools were still presented to teachers through professional development to further their understanding and awareness of how to implement them into classroom instruction. Since finding another grant would take time, my focus then turned to talking with administration regarding available funds for additional devices. There was funding available through Title I to purchase 64 additional laptops, and we did have iPads donated from a member in the community. While the capstone did not take off with full force, as it would have with the grant, I decided to change the capstone to include cellular devices. The inclusion of these devices would put us even with devices students had and devices we had available at the school. However, all of their own devices are not suitable to complete required school projects. While the capstone proposal was scheduled to take the entire 2018 school calendar year, there is still time to continue adding additional devices, as we have 2 carts that we'll be adding for classroom use in January. That's 64 additional devices.
Before the grant initiative and push towards being vocal regarding the need for additional devices, Fitzgerald High School had 180 mobile devices for students. Now, after the grant initiative and push towards acquiring additional devices, along with promoting professional development through technology integration, Fitzgerald High School now has 244 devices and will have 308 in January, almost doubling the number of devices at the beginning of the school year. While the students are not one-to-one with school-purchased devices, we are closer to closing the gap using BYOD, Bring Your Own Device, and increasing mobile devices in the classroom. I continue to push towards finding devices for students in rural communities with low socioeconomic status, such as Fitzgerald High School, so that we can prepare these students with the technology they need to be successful in school and in the world. Thank you.